Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Spotlight on Suppliers by Droppy. I'm Zoe, and this is HQ, and we'll be your hosts for today. Today, we're joined by Maria from Mybakingmart. So, thank you very much for being here with us today, Maria. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Hi Zoe,
Maria.
NHQ.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Right. So, could you please start off by introducing yourself and the business that you're in?
Thanks Joey and HQ. Okay, I'm Maria from Mybakingmart. Mybakingmart is an online first baking supply companies that caters for B2B and B2C as well. So basically, we started in the Facebook during earlier days. And also Instagram. So from there, we gained some traction and customers throughout the years. So now here our is still in 2021.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for sharing. But, okay, may I know how did the business start? Like, what was the idea that brought it about?
Okay, basically, I was working as an engineer previously.
Oh,
After the graduation. So basically, there is one time that I would like to bring new products in Malaysia that are not available in the market yet. So basically, what I did is I imported one whole container of a product that will be for home and living from that product. So I managed to supply to Singapore as well as Indonesia. So from there, actually, I gained some interest to go in this like entrepreneurship, field. But I'm still working until I get married. Then I'll focus on the business. So which is in 2012. But of course, since I'm a mother, so the business put in halt. And 2017, I started back. So that is how my Bikimart started, because we started to recruit people, and we do have our own team now, and now we are more expand.
Wow, that's interesting. So, yeah, as you mentioned, you were an engineer after you graduated. Can we know a little bit of why from engineer you decided to start up my baking? It's such a huge transition.
Okay, basically, I did learn quite a lot during my engineering work. Okay, basically, I'm pursuing my professional certificate for the engineer,
Wow.
but then I put it at the middle. I don't continue, and totally I disconnect myself from the engineering field. But of course, in engineering, you feel challenged because you have quite a lot of things that you need to explore, and then you're meeting up people. And then from my job scope is basically, the energy management sector, and also I liaise with quite a lot of customers and factories. So basically, it's about the same. The business is about the same, which is meeting people. Even though it's virtually, but if let's say you are talking about the challenge, definitely it's different in business. In engineering field, basically it's more like I can say it's calculation. It's something that you will do like analysis. But in terms of business, you will need a certain planning. In terms of how you want to start, what do you want to do, and how you want to market it, and what is the product. So basically, in entrepreneurship, you need to start from scratch. That's unless you are coming from a business background, then definitely it's totally different things.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay,
So,
that's amazing. Yeah.
yeah, is it so you got attracted to the planning side of the business, which was why you transitioned from engineering? Ah, okay, cool.
Yes. So the challenge in business is actually the planning and the forecasting. But the rest, I think, is about the same. I myself now I serve as an, even though I'm a founder, but I work as an operation manager, which I handle daily operation and work closely with the team. So basically, planning is the first thing, because previously we can plan like 1 month ahead, but now we are planning about 3 months ahead, because in the e-commerce industries is quite fast, and also
Mm-hmm.
you have this what e-commerce calendar, we call it as an e-commerce calendar, that you need to
Yep.
plan ahead in terms of your stock, in terms of expansion, in terms of manpower. Basically, this will need to be calculated.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like these things. It's like a challenge, but of course, there's a few things that are very troublesome in entrepreneurship,
Yeah, there's
like
ups and downs. Lah.
managing manpower. But I don't do directly manage the manpower. But I know what's going on in the company, because we have like at times we will have maximum 10 people, but normally we will have 8. 10 is basically is also together with the part-timers or maybe contract workers, something like that.
Wow.
Hmm. But it sounds like you take on challenges quite well. You know how to plan, navigate it. So that's quite amazing. And speaking of challenges, may I know what challenges did you encounter during the MCO?
If I'm not mistaken, the MCO is basically started in 2020 in March until February. Okay, at that time, the first thing I've been thinking of, what should I do and should I leave my employees? Because we are at that moment we just moved to a new place because we are trying to get a bigger market. So basically we like a restart again in 2020. But when we see that there's a okay, to be honest, I attended one of your I think found this like a Zoom discussion, something like that. So I found out, okay, there's a this channel that we can do, and there's a we can join another e-commerce, and then we can join this platform. So we try to keep up whatever we have. We try to clear up everything. From there, we plan up what we can do. So for the first 2 months, we just go with the flow without any, without any planning. So we just to finish our stock because we have restocked quite a lot at that time. We couldn't keep the inventory too long because some of the items are perishable items. Basically, we need to clear as soon as possible. Okay, and then of course, the main thing is after that is supply shortage. Okay, because most of the big distributor, they don't have quite a lot of stock because people keep on reserving some of the stocks, or maybe it's a demand oversupply, and then the stocks delayed, and then we have a price hike issue, and we
Mm.
have these manpower issues. So these are the things that we need to be carefully plan. What are the option we do have when we are facing these challenges?
Yeah. Okay, I see.
Wow.
To be honest, for me, at first, I thought it was a very difficult, but then after I sort out my mind and my thought, what I should do and what I shouldn't do, say, I think, okay, let's try, because I believe there's still ways to do it, right? Even though it's MCO.
Well, glad to see that you're working very well during these tough times, this COVID season. So can we know a little bit about how you overcame your challenges during this MCO?
The first thing is I need to work closely with the distributors. I give a call to all distributors, those who are still available doing the business, because some are they are taking like a big okay. We will close like 2 weeks. We will close like 1 month. We will have no logistics. So this is the first thing that I do, and then second thing is I have my colleagues that we still have some like a long-standing customers. Okay, we try to reach to them and try to ask them what are their need, or what they are. I mean, do they have difficulties in finding sourcing, or maybe things that they actually looking for? So that's is the second thing that we do, and then we try to reach to B2C market. Previously, I can say that 80% is B2B market. Like we are supplying to small bakeries, like small factory, and then also like as homemakers, but they are selling, right? So we consider it's a B2B. So this is what we basically we try to get. So we have suppliers and we need to have customers because we have the stocks, right? Okay, and then the last part is logistics. Okay, logistics is definitely is problem because as I said, suppliers they are not able to stand out. Okay, and then there's a restriction that we cannot cross the border since we are situated in Nilai. So most of our suppliers are in KL and Selangor. Okay, but luckily before the MCO, since we are starting on our own, right? We actually use like Lalamove and Grab to bring in our stock to Nilai. So that is the reason why we managed to have stocks during MCO, because we already been we've been using their services, this logistics thing. So I was really like relieved because we can sort these things. because not all suppliers are willing to to let third party logistics to take on behalf, because you need to have the approval. So it was a great relief for us to to have this challenge lah.
Okay, that's very interesting. Well, yeah, I think it's very important because during these trying times, loyalty is very important. I think, which is why your suppliers allowed you to use Lala Move and whatnot as well.
Correct.
Okay, so can we know how do you personally define business success? Is it loyalty, or like you mentioned just now, or is it any other reasons or any additional reasons?
Okay, this is on my perspective as a business person, right? As an entrepreneur, right? Okay, basically, Mybakingmart, we aim to be a one-stop online baking companies, which will have, I mean, in the household name, as a household name. Okay, but of course, we have like existing company, I mean, traditional businesses that are very renowned within the Malaysian market, right? So we are not trying to compete with them, but we are trying to complement them. That's why you won't have so much things in Mybakingmart, but you will have like premium products, or maybe like a quality products in Mybakingmart. Okay, so when you are talking about success, right? For me, if the customer said that I know Mybakingmart and they provide good quality, I can consider it as a satisfaction as an entrepreneur, because you see, you don't want people to know you for your bad things, right? But you want people to know you, how you provide their service, how you cater for the after sales, before sales. Even though if they are not buying, that is okay, because eventually maybe in 2 months they will look for you again. So basically, if they trust us and they know that how, not to say how good, but how our service quality, I define that maybe a small success for Mybakingmart. But as a person, I've been thinking that Mybakingmart, there's a big potential. My definition is basically is quite subjective. So at the moment, as a person, I don't have any specific measurement, because we have still long way to go. But of course, we have certain target or milestone that we need to, to reach within these years.
But yeah, I
Mm.
can see your passion is radiating. You're very passionate about your business. So
I don't know.
yeah, so that brings the question, what inspired you to start the business, and do you still feel the same way now?
Okay, this is reflect when I working as an engineer, right? So when you are engineer, you would like to go as far as you could go. So I don't have any like very big like inspiration, but this is what I believe. If we can do better in the, I mean, when you are employed, so when you are running your own business, you should go all out. That is basically my motivation, or my drive. So whatever it takes, I need to try my best to give all out, so that I don't have to feel regret if I'm not trying.
Mm.
So that is basically my, I am quite a simple person, so I don't have really, I don't think too much about this kind of inspiration. I'm focused more on the action. So some people they have this kind of quote, but I don't really have this inspiration at the moment. But of course, I attended the Alibaba school. I mean the Alibaba Netpreneur training. So basically, it's given me some insight of how we can actually grow the company. So maybe from there I get some inspiration or ideas or something like that.
It's very interesting seeing that you got ideas, inspiration. You attended many webinars, right, throughout your whole career. Yeah.
Okay, last year, I mean in 2022, if you're not mistaken, I started to, try to do this kind of networking lah. Not to say networking, try to join few online seminar. I started with I mean, to gain some knowledge, and then I started to learn few things. So basically, it was like, I don't know, it's a life changing. I think so, because this year I attended two main program, which is just now I mentioned is the Alibaba one, and another one is basically is under accelerator program. So that's why I said we are still long way to go. There's so many things that we can do. It's just that maybe we need to find what are the best tool or the best vehicle that we need to use.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for letting us know about your business and how you came to establish and try your journey. So let's talk a little bit about Droppy. Can we know how do you find out about Droppy?
Basically, I heard one of the training there or not training. I think it's the sharing session from your founder. I think there's a guy, but I couldn't hear I couldn't recall the name.
Is that?
Yes, I think so. Okay, that one with the aerodyne or maybe some, I don't know, but there are a few groups. They are just like chit chatting and sharing what are their, challenges during this MCO. So I was like, oh, okay, this Droppy guy. Before this, I heard, but I don't really wanted to try. But then there's I think your founder did mention that you are this MCO, you are resilient. So basically, like, okay, let's see what's the platform is all about. So because we need to find new market. So basically, that is how I found Droppy.
Mm. Well, thank you so much for sharing all that. It's interesting how you found out.
Yeah, thank you for your support as well.
And what about Droppy made you interested in trying in the first place?
Okay, I will be very honest to you guys because I believe you guys have the wider reach for the audience, and you guys can cater more for the B2B. So, and we are B2B. I mean, we focus more on B2B, so we couldn't miss the boat. I mean, we couldn't miss you see
Mhm.
this channel. So we need to have a presence on Droppy. If, let's say if there's nothing, but that is okay as long as we are there because whenever people will try to find, people will find us if they want the right product.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm interested. And plus, this is what I see is Droppy is quite responsive towards towards our question and assistance. If let's say we need assistance,
Well, that's wonderful to hear. So, what is your favorite part about using Droppy so far?
I think in terms of responsiveness, Droppy is basically is able to help because if let's say you have certain budget in terms of the marketing, you have this package, right? If you want to manage on your own or you want to Droppy manage for you. So basically these are I think the best service that as a SME basically is really helpful. But if you are large corporation, I think it will be very, very much easier because you have the access quite a lot of things.
All right, thank you so much for your kind words, and we're so happy that you're satisfied with our services. Yeah, can we know what's your favorite part about using Droppy? Is there any features that you like in particular?
I think the features that I like is basically Droppy connects us with the untapped market. Like we have actually we receive quite a lot of orders sending to East Malaysia, Sabah
Oh,
Sarawak.
okay.
So in our own capacity, definitely we can send. But of course, we need to find our own logistics, which is a bit tedious for us because we need to find which logistic that can go to that place with a good rate. So with logistic, you have like a one stop. You don't have to think about this logistic thing. The Droppy will arrange for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, nice. Well, thank you so much for sharing. We can start wrapping up with a few final words about your journey so far. So, what is the most valuable lesson that your business has taught you so far?
Okay, I believe just keep on going, don't give up because maybe in your few years, at first years, maybe you are not doing very well. But what you need is you need to be determined and resilient toward the challenges. But trust me, throughout the years, definitely, if let's say you keep your account good, you keep your manpower good, you keep a rapport with the suppliers, so definitely these three tips definitely will help you to grow the business. So that is my valuable lesson.
Okay. And on that note, is that the advice that you would share small upcoming businesses that are trying to navigate the current landscape as well?
This my these are my advice to the, basically I learned this from a social group as well. If let's say you know that you are stuck at point A, try to find how you can reach to point B instead, because maybe it won't work at this time, but it may work with other places. I mean, your target. Okay, so try to find like a creative ways how you can deliver your businesses. Like just what I told. If the suppliers couldn't send you, find ways how you can get the the goods. You can't say that, oh, because the logistic is down, everyone won't send. So, but when you rather just sit, or you walk, I mean, you find something else to solve the issues. Myself, I won't just be sitting. I will go to the the problem and check what I can do, what is within my capabilities, what I can do. Unless I have no other ways, then that is different story. Previously, we are also supply to theme parks, basically. Okay, theme park businesses are badly affected. Okay, what we did is we try to reach to the B2C customer instead of the theme, rely on the theme parks business. So within 6 months, we managed to gain quite a lot, not to say quite a lot, but a comfortable return for us, that to keep us sustained until this moment. Business, there's up and downs, but how you want to overcome that. Okay, whether you do more marketing, whether you do for, I mean, look for other channels to distribute. Okay, like Droppy itself is a very good channel to use. Okay, and then I think that's what I can say to the SMEs, because I consider myself also SMEs, but we now no longer micro. We are now getting quite good for the, in terms of the revenues.
Yeah. And that's amazing. You guys have come such a long way.
I don't know, but the thing is, just like I said, just believe in yourself. Do until try whatever possible ways, but be honest. As an
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneur, I know you guys sometimes need a shortcut things. Not to say shortcut lah, but you go to this, okay, you can get a lot of what orders, or a lot of customers, but did you really care about the customers? Did you really
Yeah.
thought about the after sales service, or what you can give extra to the customers? So it's all go back to these things lah for the entrepreneur. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's
Oh, that's very insightful. Okay. That being said, just one last question before we let you go. Um, what is the one quote you live by? Is there something that you wake up in the morning, your mantra for day-to-day tasks, and a quote that you live by?
since I'm not young anymore. Okay.
Still young,
so,
still young, still young.
so basically, uh, just try. If you don't try, you will never know what it will go. But if you try, at least you know, and you can come up with another solution. That is my, even to my colleagues, I always tell them like that. You try. If you don't try, you don't know what's the things, right? So be yourself and just try. Don't
Mm-hmm.
give up.
Wow. That's very inspirational. I'm pretty sure
No,
many businesses can benefit
I
from
don't
your
think it's
sharing.
inspirational, but I think it's something that sometimes people like, okay, I need to have this certain code, right? But actually, you actually forget about the simple thing, which is don't give up. Even when we are in the schools, right? The teachers always say, don't give up, just try, 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 try. So that's it.
Yeah, it is inspiration. Don't say it's not, because I think it takes a lot of courage, because not a lot of people, they have the mindset, they always think in Malay, I think they call it belum cuba belum tahu, that kind of quote, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but I think not many people has the courage like you to try. But I think it's a very useful quote lah. So thank you so much for your insight. Yeah, that being said, I think that brings us to the end of our interview. Thank
Mhm.
you so much, Maria, for joining us.
Yep, it's a
Okay.
pleasure to have you here and have you
Yes,
featured for our this episode of Spotlight on Suppliers.
Thank you, Droppy, Zoe, and also HQ for arranging this. I feel honored to be part of your program as well. And thank you, Droppy, for helping us during our rainy days.
thank you
It's
so
our
much for your support.
pleasure. Hmm.
Well,
Thank you.
Okay.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Have a good day. And on behalf of Droppy, we wish you all the best for your business and your upcoming whatever hurdles you overcome.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank you so
guys.
much.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.